This is a reset for founders, for rebuilders, for anyone tired of waiting for proof and ready to move from what they already know. Today's clarity shift comes from the Mode deck card. Stop outsourcing your permission, and it might just change the way you lead. Let's begin. We learn to wait early, at school, where we line up for our turn, or sit quietly until called upon. The lesson is subtle, but it shapes us. We're taught that patience is a virtue, that good things come to those who wait. At home, we wait for dinner, for attention, for permission. At work, we wait for meetings to start, for promotions, for someone to notice our efforts. Waiting becomes a habit woven into the fabric of our days. It feels safe, polite, even responsible. But beneath the surface, it's a trap that quietly holds us back. We spend our lives in a metaphorical waiting room, hoping someone will eventually say, "You can go now, it's your turn." We look for signs, for approval, for a green light from someone else. We hold back our ideas, our needs, and our dreams, waiting for validation that may never come. We hesitate to speak up, to act, to create, always wondering if we're allowed. This pattern keeps us small, dependent on others to tell us when it's our turn to shine. We shrink ourselves, hoping not to disrupt or disappoint. Even in small moments, like waiting to order at a restaurant or hesitating before sharing an opinion, we reinforce the belief that our voice isn't enough, that we need permission to participate. But here's the truth. When it comes to your own life, it's always your turn. No one else can give you the go-ahead to live fully. The world won't hand you an invitation. You have to write your own, crafting the opportunities you seek and stepping forward even when the path isn't clear. The cost of waiting? Unwritten books, unsaid truths, missed opportunities, and a life half-lived. Every moment spent waiting is a moment you could be creating, connecting, or growing. We call it patience or strategy, but often it's just fear. Fear of being wrong, of being judged, of taking up space that we're not sure we deserve. So we wait, hoping for a sign, a nudge, or a clear signal that it's finally time. But the sign rarely comes. But what if you just stood up and walked out the door? What if you decided that you are the one who gets to choose when to begin? The permission shift happens when you realize you have a box of green lights inside you, ready to be switched on at any moment. You don't have to wait for someone else to flip the switch. It's about trading the comfort of the waiting room for the wide-open, beautiful landscape of your own life. Out there, possibility stretches in every direction. Trust yourself to take the first step, without waiting for a map, a guarantee, or applause. Decide you are ready, not someday, not when you feel perfect. Right now. Your life is waiting for you to begin. The only permission you need is your own. Step out of the waiting room and into the world that's been waiting for you. Why do we wait? First, we're conditioned to. School teaches us to follow, not lead. We learn to look for permission from authority, not from within. This conditioning shapes our adult lives, making waiting our default. Second, our brains are wired for survival. New actions trigger fear. Our ancient brain screams, "Danger!" We seek approval to feel safe, fearing rejection from the group. Third, we crave belonging. We think waiting earns us approval, but it often leads to loneliness. By hiding our true selves, we trade real connection for fragile acceptance. Finally, our language betrays us. We say, "I was just wondering," instead of, "Here's my idea." We assume others have more right to speak. The shift? Declare instead of delay. Speak with calm confidence. Honor your own voice. Take a moment. Where are you waiting in your life? At work? Do you hold back ideas, waiting for someone else to suggest them? In relationships? Do you wait for the perfect moment to speak your truth? Maybe you're waiting for inspiration before you create. These are all waiting rooms. By waiting, you let silence make decisions for you. Creativity doesn't require permission, it requires action. Make a quick list. Where are you holding back? What are you waiting for? Is it approval, a title, more confidence? You can't change what you don't acknowledge. Turn on the lights. See where you've been waiting for your life to begin. Now imagine not waiting. Picture yourself in that meeting. Unmute, say, "I have an idea." Feel the confidence. You're not asking for permission, you're contributing. Or imagine starting that hard conversation. "I need to talk about something important." You're not blaming, you're signaling that something matters. Imagine the relief of finally speaking up. This isn't fantasy, it's rehearsal. Our brains learn from imagined experiences. By practicing brave actions in your mind, you build new habits. You show yourself another way is possible. What would change if you made one of these imagined actions real? What small signal could you send to show you're done waiting? Acting on your own clarity feels risky. It's like stepping into the unknown, guided only by your own inner compass, while the world around you waits for proof or reassurance. It's safer to wait for consensus, but that's an illusion. Waiting for others to agree can feel comforting, but it slowly erodes your self-trust and leaves your dreams on hold. Every time you silence your inner knowing, you weaken your connection to yourself. You start to doubt your instincts, and your confidence fades a little more each time. The real risk? Waiting so long you lose yourself. Growth requires risk, and the cost of inaction is often greater than the fear of making a mistake. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward anyway, even when your heart is pounding and your hands are shaking. Giving yourself permission is a declaration of self-trust. It's saying, I believe in my own voice even if it trembles. If your idea gets shot down, you'll survive and learn. Every setback is a lesson, not a verdict on your worth. If the conversation is hard, you'll survive and honor your truth. Speaking up for yourself is an act of courage, even if your voice shakes. Build self-trust with small, brave steps. Each time you act on your clarity, you strengthen your inner foundation. It's not about reckless leaps, but about the next smallest action your clarity points to. Progress is made one intentional step at a time. True safety is trusting yourself to show up for your own life. That's the foundation that lets you face uncertainty with resilience. It's the quiet confidence that you won't abandon yourself. No matter what happens, you'll be there for you. Act on what you know is right for you. Your path is yours alone, and only you can walk it. The waiting room isn't safe. It's just familiar. Step out. The world is waiting for the real you to show up. To break the habit of waiting, create a new ritual. Try the permission cutter ritual. Write down what you're waiting for permission to do. Hold the paper, read it aloud, and acknowledge the fear. Say, I no longer need permission for this. I am my own signal. Feel the power in those words. Cut the paper in half. Visualize cutting the string of hesitation. Discard the pieces. The ritual is complete. Now, take the smallest step toward your action. Send the email. Write the first sentence. Make the call. The ritual opens the door. Your action walks you through it. Practice this whenever you feel stuck. The world is noisy, filled with endless distractions and voices competing for attention. But your signal, your unique voice, truly matters. From a young age, we're taught to be receivers, to wait for direction, to look for permission before we act or speak. But you are not just a receiver. You are a transmitter. You are the signal, capable of sending out your own message into the world. Becoming the signal isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about having a calm, centered confidence that radiates from within, even when the world is chaotic. It's about trusting your own wisdom, listening to your inner voice, and acting from your deepest truth, even when it feels uncomfortable. Stop asking, is it okay? And start acting from a place of, this is true for me. Let your actions reflect your authenticity. It starts with small, everyday acts, sharing your idea in a meeting, protecting your time, setting boundaries, and honoring your needs. Each act, no matter how small, says, I trust myself. My voice matters. Over time, these moments build your self-belief. This is how you build courage. One step, one choice, one signal at a time. The door to the waiting room isn't locked. You already hold the key. Step boldly into your life. Start sending your signal unapologetically. Let your signal reflect your ideas, your compassion, and your courage. Let it inspire others to do the same. The world needs your unique contribution, your perspective, your creativity. No one else can offer what you can. Stop waiting for the light to turn green. Become the light. Become the signal. The world is waiting for you to shine. The world doesn't need more performers. It needs people who trust their signal. Rebuild from truth. Lead from clarity. This is Leaducademy. Don't forget to claim your free Leaducademy Essentials Vault in the description. It's packed with transformational tools just for you. Like, subscribe, and remember, your best is still unfolding. We'll see you in the next step forward.